Hey everybody, it's Steve. I run this channel here, Steve R82. I kind of got stuck with that name. If you think I should change it, let me know, but it's my name on YouTube and on Hive and on Steam and a couple other platforms where I publish my content. I kind of made a general crypto with Steve tag, but when I try to change my name to something simpler, I can't find my own videos. So I'm tempted to just leave it like this and see if this old guy born in 1982 can become popular, right? So I'm back today to talk to you guys about DeFi on Tron because that seems to be a popular topic that not a lot of people are covering. So we all know now that there's Trustswap out there. Trustswap works a lot like Uniswap, like Salmon Swap, like any of the places where you can provide liquidity. You can put money into a pool. If you want more videos on how to do that, it's actually so simple. All you have to do is to add liquidity, pick the tokens you want to do, and then you can do the liquidity. You get liquidity tokens at that time, and then you can put those into other DeFi projects. I discovered something a day or two ago that I wanted to share with all of you, and I'll put a link to this site in the description, and that is Tron Farms. This is a pretty easy website. It's ran by some people that have a Discord that I'll also put an invite into if I can. And all it does is it lists out DeFi projects. So right now I have them sorted by liquidity. Now, as you can see, some of these are not straight DeFi projects. Some of them are coins that are involved in DeFi projects. So Sun is got a DeFi website, but it's also just a token. USDT is just used, obviously, in a lot of different projects. Just gets used a lot. The Huawei token gets used a lot. They basically, a lot of sites want you to stake these. And then right around here, because I have them sort by liquidity, this is when you get to your first projects that are actually DeFi projects. So Moonrabbit has been around for 19 days and it still has over $1 million in liquidity. And it's still worth $83. That's not too bad. You have Jackpool Finance. I was actually farming this for a while back when this token was worth a lot more. We're going to take a look at that. It's been around 42 days, but it still does have quite a bit of liquidity. Then you have this Cola one I had never heard of. Pearl just recently launched their Pearl Vault, which has brought them back to life a little bit. It stole the idea from Core of having liquidity pools that once you put the liquidity in, you cannot get the liquidity out. This is to prevent rug pools, and I think that will be the new thing that most sites need to do in order for me to really think about ever buying their tokens to stake, because there is such a serious amount. I'm going to open this one because I wanted to review this one, of rug pulls going on in this field. It's like these pulls show up and they disappear so quick. So you have to be very careful with this. And this is why I say it doesn't make sense to buy any of these projects' tokens. It's so dangerous, and I'm going to go over that with you, with exception of one. The only token I am buying is Sun token, and that is because it has fallen down to a level where I am comfortable with buying a couple, and you can use it in so many of these pools and on the Sun site itself. I did buy 3 of them recently, one at $16 and 2 of them in the $14 range. I know, it's like $50, right? Well, I'm learning this stuff and I'm only risking very small amounts of money. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the sites, just so anyone who doesn't know what these sites look like, this is what they look like. So Peachpool is actually an interesting project. The one thing about this token is it has dropped from being about $800 to $200 in just a couple days. It had $7 million in liquidity staked. Now it's down to $6 million, and it's really probably because its own token is going down. They have an interesting little gamification to their mining pools. I don't know what else they're going to do, and this is the main problem with most of these pools. They come out, they go stake our token to get stake money with us to get our government's token, but then they don't tell you what they're going to be doing other than saying you can help us pick the next pool to farm our token. That's not enough utility for a coin. It's just not, and that's why they all plummet. You have to have more utility than, hey, you're going to be able to stake, you're going to be able to pick the next pool that people can stake coins in for our token, because if your token isn't popular for enough, if it doesn't have enough people, if it doesn't have the brand name appeal of the Sun token, then who cares what's the next tokens you add to your pool? Nobody. That's just my opinion. You have to let me know if you agree. But I'm going to show you their gimmick because I think that this is kind of interesting and it could help them out. So, they have instituted a jackpot. So, in their pools, and I do have a little bit over here, so I'll go ahead and show you in this one. They only have 4 currently. They have 30 peach jackpots in these 3. Oh, they finally added the APYs. That's pretty good to see. It looks like this one is paying the best with the SSK TRX, but that's probably one of the riskiest pools to be in, which is why it's paying so much, because not that many people are actually going to be staking it. And then this one, oh yeah, and the peach TRX pool is actually really high too for the same reason. I mean, like I said, this token has lost 800 to 200. I mean, that's a lot of money to lose if you bought 2 or 3 of these to stake them. But you can do a one like this, the Sun TRX. You can still get 167% return, and you can get a shot at winning 30 of these. Then you can take those 30 and you can stake them here, maybe, and not care so much if the price fluctuates. Well, okay, sell half of them, stake 15 of them. That way the TRX you get for free, right? But basically, when you come in here, you're going to see... here's my mining reports. I have this much to claim. And they have this little energy bar. And this little energy bar needs to get to 350. Now, if you read their white paper, it's kind of hard to understand the math, but I did go through it. I had to do some translation from Chinese. Basically, whenever anybody claims, this either goes up some or down some. So there's some kind of random number generator on the back end that gives you a number, and that number either moves up the energy a little bit or moves it down a little bit, depending on what you roll. If you want to know more, you can come to the site and you can read into it a little bit further. I'm not going to go over all that math, but basically, eventually, somebody will claim this. It'll push the number to 350, and then that person instantly wins the jackpot of 30 peach tokens. So I can claim my reward. I haven't done this today, so I'll go ahead and do a quick claim. I'll get my tokens, and we'll see if we see it change. It was at 104.85. Oh, yep, see? It was at 184.85.17. It only went up to 22. So it's going to take a lot of claims in order to move that up to the jackpot. And as it gets closer, you're going to have people coming in here, and they might be claiming very little rewards. And there might be so many people claiming it that they might be also pushing it back down. So it is an interesting little game to keep people engaged in the pool, because I want to win that jackpot. Now, the better jackpot, if we go back to the pools, is this one here, because it has 1 million TRX in it. So that would be the better jackpot, but this one has to get all the way up to 1,500, and it's only at 299. So as you can see, that's going to take a little while to get to. But it's an interesting idea. The other thing that devs did, instead of giving themselves tokens in the beginning or giving themselves anything, they get 10% of any time anybody claims. So people want to claim often to move up that energy token. They take 10% of your claim, and they use some of that 10% to refill the jackpot pools for the next round of the pools, and then they keep some of it. It's a pretty good... That is actually really good. I like the way they did that. That's a reason for you to stay in the pool, to try to win the jackpot. It's a reason to claim your tokens. It's a way to fund their project by getting 10% of the claims, and you're willing to give up 10% because you're trying to win a jackpot, which is really cool. But then, well, what else are they going to do? Because I feel like they need to do a little bit more, though this one is holding value a little bit better. This one right here, this is MKR. This is one of the ones that's holding the best. And if you look at the pools, they have currently a Sun pool and an HT pool, and then their own tokens. So these are 2 of their own tokens. So this is pretty normal. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Corn is actually one that I was in from a long time ago. This one I left because the site is just so boring. It's a terrible site. It doesn't show APYs. It doesn't do anything, but it's actually held value better than some of the other projects. Here's the Cola site. I never got involved with this one, so I don't have anything to show you, but I just wanted to show you that really quick. And here's the sun site. The sun site actually, let me close that out, is, I don't know. I think it's okay. It doesn't feel spectacular, but it works perfect. Currently, to get sun tokens, the reason why I bought a couple is I threw them in here in the sun pool, and because all the other pools seem to want sun, so I'll put them in here until I see a project where I'm like, oh, this project just came out, let me go ahead and get some tokens in there, and then I'll pull them out. I'm still messing around with Dragon, because Dragon Ball is one of the few people who said that they were going to make something, but they've also gone quiet, dark, and their liquidity's gone. So this is probably a team that thought they were going to do something, and then they gave up. I don't know what happened. But I think it's just kind of funny. Basically, whenever I get any tokens that are worth nothing, I get more Draco tokens. And if they ever do come back from being quiet in the dark and launch their exchange and do some kind of trading similar to Sushi Swap, because they were trying to be Sushi Swap on Tron. So they were basically trying to make a counterpoint to Trustswap by saying you could come here, provide liquidity here, and earn a token similar to what Sushi Swap did and Balancer does. So it's just, to my knowledge, if anyone knows anything better, they've disappeared. So overall, I'm disappointed with Tron DeFi a lot, and here's why. Let's look at one of the projects this one, or a Jackpool. Like I said, Jackpool was one of the highest liquidities, still worth $129. So if you've been farming this the whole time, you've been making a little bit of money the whole time. But you've been making less and 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 less. And if you bought here, you were happy for like a couple minutes, and then, well, you weren't. If you bought here thinking that it's going to hold 300, well, no, it didn't. If you bought 250, it'll hold 250. It bounced. Oh, no, it didn't. It'll I don't know. It'll just keep going down. I don't know if Jackpool will pull anything off. The communication coming out of these places are terrible. If you go to their sites and their Twitters and their places, I mean, I'll just take you to Jackpool's Twitter really quick. Let's see when the last time they tweeted. September 18th. See? I don't even know how the token's still worth $100. It's amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Corn, like I told you, this one's at $11. Same story. Do not buy the token when it launches unless you're going to sell it right away. So if you can get it, if you can be on the site when it launches, maybe you go buy one and then you get some and you sell them. Because the one thing is you are farming them this whole time, so you can sell them all the way down. But the chances of getting back that initial investment, the math doesn't ever work for me. But I will show you a project like Dragon Ball that even though the team is completely gone, the token has gone up 27%. So anybody who decided, hey, I'm going to take a flyer and buy some Dragon Balls at the very end at like $1 when they were down here, they're doing okay. And I thought it was kind of funny because when they were $3, I bought like 3 just as a joke, and I started staking them, and I've been earning returns with them. And it's like, they're still $1.77. That's okay, I guess. I haven't lost all my money. But they have very, very, very little volume on Trustswap, but they do have a listing on this exchange. So maybe, it's not a trusted exchange, but that's why I'm playing around a little bit with Dragon. I think it just has a small chance of becoming something special. So with that saying, Tron DeFi is exciting. You can get onto these sites, you can make a little money as long as you stay in the pools that you feel comfortable with. I like Sun or TRX. On the Sun one, I'm doing just TRX, Sun TRX. I bought a couple Suns, I'm doing that, and I'm doing a TRX pool. If you like the HT token, you can pick up a couple of these. Also, anybody who offers USDT, all you have to do then is just stake those for a little bit, earn a return on them, and then unstake them, and then use the tokens that you use to earn that initial return to then start farming other tokens. It's a pretty simple idea. Stake a lot of stable coins, earn some of the token there, sell half of what you earn, put the the other half, along with the TRX that you got, into the liquidity pool. So now you have some liquidity tokens that were free, and then stake those in the liquidity pool. And then as you earn those tokens, you can repeat that process, always selling half if you want to build your liquidity pool. And if you don't want to build your liquidity pool, then you just sell, and hope that you can keep on making money off of that project for as long as you can. And the one thing I will say is these sites, they stay up with no changes, nobody talking, nobody doing anything. Let's see if Corn is tweeting. I'll just check one more. When was the last tweet by the Corn team? September 9th. That was their last tweet. So, and I don't even know, Corn will be halved on the 10th. They told us on the 9th. And then they disappeared. But the site lives on. People continue to farm them. People continue to leave some in the liquidity pool. I don't know if they think these people are going to come back. They're going to show back up. They're going to bring their site back to life. But you can keep on making them. In my opinion, for now, this is the best site to be earning some money on. There's some other sites out there that are pretty good. And then, honestly, one of the sites in Tron that I found off of DeFi on accident that I'm treating like a DeFi site is my Betfury. I know I pitch this every single time, but my box here is going to give me 1115 in about a couple months. I put 0.35 on here. I'm at with this and that. I'm almost at 0.004. So I've almost made 50,000 Satoshis here. I did lose some TRX, but I put the TRX on here to gamble, and that was completely to gamble. And I have to admit, I will not do that again, because when you don't use a theory and you just gamble, you lose. But they have a staking platform. This number keeps getting bigger in every video. I think last time it was in the 70s. It's at the 90s. I keep farming more of the staking tokens. I'm up to 491. And I'm now getting 386 Satoshis a day from this. I'm going to push this up near 1,000. And then I'm going to start saving up to start putting some of these Satoshis off of here. The mining is just getting more and more expensive, so I'm glad I'm mining these tokens now. I wish I had mined them sooner. It's still not too late to get in here. My strategy videos will be also in the description. I've shown you 2 strategies, and I'm going to show you one more really quickly. This is going to be super quick, and hopefully it works, and I'm just going to kind of explain it to you. I'm not really going to bet it all that much. I'm going to show this with a very small amount just because I'm doing it quickly. So you pick a bet, 200, I'm doing 20, it works at 200, 2,000, it would work at 10, 15,000, 20,000. It just, you want to either a 10 or a 20. You could probably do it with 32, but it's like, but the theory that I learned recently was you do a roll under 80. You go ahead and bet this until you lose it. Oops. Oh wow, I lost twice in a row. Then you go down to under 49. Okay, now you got it back. I lost an extra 20 in there because I was accidentally clipping too closely. Then you go back to rolling for 80s. Okay, I lost. Now I go down to under 49. Okay, I won. Now I go back up to 80. See, it's treating me nice right now. Okay, I lost. Go down to 49. Okay, I won. Go back up here to the 80 mark. You're hoping the way that this becomes good and profitable. Oh my goodness. I didn't go down to 49 when I would have actually lost to show you what happens. Okay, I won. I got one extra roll there. I keep expecting myself to get a little streak here. The site is being very mean there, but I'm not losing this bet. Okay, so then you go down to 45. This is the only time you double. Okay, now you go down to 40. And then I'm going to make this a 5. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to 35. I want to make this a 6. Alright, now I'm going to go down to 30. Make this a 7. Alright, now I'm going to go down to 25. I'm going to make that an 8. Then I'm going to go make this a 9. And now I'm finally showing you a good example of how this can go very bad. And now we're going to go down to 10. And you're going to cap it here. And you're going to roll as many times as you're comfortable trying to get a win. Oh, got it. So at that point, this was a 9 times bet. You fill your stack back up, and now you can go back up to 80. So that was the example. I showed it to you as quickly as I could. If in general, normally you can get a streak of 80s in a row and not have to go down as many times as I did. So I'll end the video here, everybody. I'll have a link to Betfury if you want to check it out. If you want to start farming these tokens with me. I know I have a little bit of a glitch there, but it's worked out pretty cool, and it's a good way to build up another passive income that isn't getting smaller, unlike the DeFi projects. If I find a great DeFi project, I will bring it to you as soon as I can. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.